His opponent, a senior, 21-1 on the year, Royal 4-14 in his career, wearing the silver and green of South Plainfield High School, Luke Niemeyer. Luke is a two-time GMC champion. He's the returning two-time champion at 195 pounds. He's a two-time district champion. Placed third and fourth in the region. Luke placed fifth in the state last year at 195 pounds. He's a winning two-pound is 182. Please report to the medals table. Thank you.
Well, both these young men play football. Nick was all-state. Niemeyer was also part of the South Plainfield crew, while Recine was on the championship Piscataway football team with a lot of his other wrestling friends here. Good football player. He's just getting back into wrestling shape. So, you know, on paper, the edge would go, you would say, to Niemeyer, who's wrestled a lot more matches. So we'll see how this goes.
Come on, Nicky. Two strong seniors on the mat.
Yep.
Niemeyer presently ranked in the top 3 in New Jersey.
Currently, yes he is. And we have our little questionnaire here. Mr. Recine, his mom and dad are his most influential people. We have a near takedown attempt there. He wants to be a physical therapist and athletic trainer when he moves on to college. 3.3 GPA. All right, takedown there by Niemeyer on the edge.
Recine's been out a great deal. He's only had 9 matches so far.
Yeah, I think you got to get in football. You got to get back from football shape into wrestling shape. He had maybe a little minor injury, so they gave him a little break there. So, you know, hey.
Just getting out of the gate now.
Getting out of the gate now.
But you made it all the way here to the finals.
Yep.
195 is sponsored by Sam Pauls, sales manager at Caliber Home Loans in Edison. Sam is from South Plainfield, where his sons were both successful wrestlers for the Tigers. Find him at caliberhomeloans.com/S-Pauls.
A little scramble there. Nick thought he was getting out, but
Niemeyer had choice. He deferred. Racine's taking bottom. Recine in the black, Niemeyer in the green.
yeah, if you're winning a match, you can defer. Usually, if it's 0-0, most people want to go bottom because first points. But if you're ahead, you can pretty much do what you got to do. Now, Luke here, most influential person, Miyamoto Musashi. And I asked him.
Explanation for that, Mike.
Yes, I do. He wrote Samurai. He was, I guess, a samurai warrior. He wrote the Book of the Five Rings, and he was very impressed with that book. And I had mentioned him that have you read The Art of War? And he said no. And I said that's another book that's been passed down through the centuries. All right, his biggest win was in the blood rounds of the States. But if you're smart, he's going to Bucknell University to wrestle for them with a 3.5 GPA.
Well, Recine got out, so we're at 2-1. And Recine was warned for stalling.
Recine was?
Yeah, with
Okay.
that new rule, you have to can't really go out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
And unprovoked, I should say.
Yeah.
And we're both wrestlers with a lot of respect for each other. They're tied up.
Well, you know, at this weight class, you make a false move and, you get thrown to your back. It's going to be tough getting off your back with these guys. So I think, we're wrestling a little cautiously here. I think either one will take a 2-1 victory or a 3-2 victory. Nobody's going to try and go for the big belly suplex or anything like that. I think we're just going to try and be conservative here and not lose the match, which is a great strategy too. You're in the finals.
Well, you can see it. Looking at the two wrestlers, they both seem to have power in their hips.
Yeah, that's where it all comes from, in the hips.
Niemeyer working a double underhook.
A little taller. He's a little taller,
He's
so
trying to jack Recine up.
Racine's got that core strength there, and he's not going to let him do it. I think he's going to try and get a shot off here, but we'll see. You get wrestlers. These are high. Both these guys went to the States last year. They have won numerous tournaments, so they both know what they're doing.
Niemeyer picking up 2 on the edge. Interesting note, Niemeyer has 104 wins, Mike.
Wow. Well, he's been wrestling forever. I remember when he first started wrestling his freshman year. Look at this kid. Little pudgy kid with the hair was all bushed out, and He still did it, and I think we have a little injury time, or I don't even know if this is injury or blood.
Ed Marion time.
It's Ed Marion time. Here we go. Once again, this timeout is sponsored by Dr. Ed Marion. Visit DrEMarion.com or call 732-610-2528. Now, at a blood rule in high school, you get 5 minutes of blood time. All right. If at that point you're still bleeding, you could have to, forfeit the match unless they say that it's cleanup time. Oh, we have a little break here. The other place winners. Third place, Savan Kursky of Sayreville. Fourth place, Brian Garcia of New Brunswick. Fifth place, Jordan Campbell, Middlesex. And sixth place, Dean Escobar of Edison. Were the other remaining place winners. Niemeyer riding on top. Recine trying to get out.
And the coaches did a good job of seeding, Mike. A lot of these weight classes somewhat followed suit to the seeds.
Well, and this is in no disrespect. I think this year the elite kids were so much better than everybody else.
The cream rises to the top.
And it was almost like in the seeding meeting, the tournament was over. And we had some mild upsets, like a 6th seed got upset or a 4th seed, but there was no major, and it just goes to show you sometimes. That's just the way it is.
Works.
The system works. I mean, I've been involved and just shaking my head as a coach, hair falling out. What are we doing here? And how'd this kid get seated over this kid? But it does work. But I think this year there was just, an imbalance on the skill level of some of the kids versus the other kids. Because some of the semifinal matches were all pins. We had a streak going there where 6 in a row got pinned. It was just mismatches. But hey, it's going to happen. Numbers are up in the county. A lot of kids, teams got a lot of kids, just that there's a lot of inexperience. So now if all these kids going back to wrestling clubs, go to a wrestling club, work with their coaches, hit the weight room, it'll bring, a greater parity to the county. 5-1. All right, I think right here, Stu, we have just a conditioning factor of Niemeyer. He has like triple the matches that Recine does.
He's a seasoned wrestler.
Yeah, he sees and he knows. Recine was good. He wasn't going to get caught in any flurry, get a big throw.
He didn't take him lightly.
He
respect for each
that's
other.
right.
Here.
So
Niemeyer just do what Niemeyer does, and that's win wrestling matches.
He looks like he does nothing. Then you look up at the score, and he's got 7, 8, 9, 10 points.
Nothing flashy, just hard-nosed wrestling.
Yep.
And he wins.
Yep.
Wrestles a very controlled style of wrestling. Now he's working a crossface as Racine's hit for stalling. That's going to be the second time. So Luke picks up a point, on the stalling violation, increases lead to 8-1. And Racine's got to get back to his base, try to set the table. It's a little hard. You got 195 pounds on your back.
He's working hard over here, putting that hammerlock in there.
So yet another Tiger champion.
There we go. What's that, 6, 7? 6? A lot of respect here from the two of them. I think they knew going in what was going to happen here. Recine just got him to get himself in shape. That's all. He'll be a lot better in March than he is now. Just because of conditioning, though. Just because of the conditioning factor. Hats off to South Plainfield and Luke Niemeyer.
At 182.